Mel? Mel, is that you?
Ooh, oh, yeah, it's me.
Oh, hey, Mel. How the heck are you?
Pretty darn good, you know?
Pretty good, as they say, on Curb Your Enthusiasm, at least. This is episode 2 of Nintendo Today, and we had a Nintendo Direct, not today, but yesterday. um, this is, yeah, Nintendo Today. If you're listening to this or watching it on YouTube, the best way to support the podcast is by sharing it with a friend, or if you have an enemy, definitely share with them twice. But we are we, we normally will just talk about like what we've been playing, the news, but this time we're just going to talk about the Nintendo Direct and our thoughts on it and our thoughts and prayers. And Mel, we
Yeah.
couldn't we it couldn't be a week without me asking the best thing you ate all week.
Okay, I actually have something this week because I got a lot of like little desserts like over the weekend,
Okay, now we're
for
talking.
the
Yeah,
birthday celebration kind of
somebody's
thing.
birthday celebration. Yes, happy
Yeah.
birthday! You're able to drink now. You're 21. Uh, we're proud of you. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you missed that by a couple of like, years now, but
well,
it's all good.
that's neither here nor there. I remembered your birthday at around 11:40 p.m.
It was
Even
so
after
funny
you sent
because
me a piece of birthday cake, picture of your birthday cake.
I was like, man, this cake is really good. You're like, man, that does look good.
I was like, where the hell did
20
you get
minutes
it
later,
from?
wait a minute.
Oh, hold on. I'm like a detective. I put it together.
You got it. I
Yeah.
knew you would get it.
You even got a Joy-Con. You got some new Joy-Con.
Yeah, I had to, I guess someone heard me complaining too much about, the
Yeah.
Joy-Cons.
Which, by the way,
So,
go ahead.
so, I got another set. Just the basic, red and blue. So
Hmm.
I can actually move my menu, and it's not like constantly
Shooting
goes
all
to the
over.
right.
Yeah.
It's, when I select like a file, a save file from a game, it's just not. It's not like a slot
Accidentally
machine where I have to
deleting it.
like.
Yeah.
I
It's
have
like,
to
well, I
time
guess I'm
it.
starting here. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
this is the file I'm playing.
the, I, um, I don't know if I said this yet out loud or if I just thought it. What a waste of a gift. What a waste. An absolute waste. The Joy-Con, you have an entire system just clugged up in your closet. This whole time you could have just grabbed the Joy-Con out of this system you've had in your closet for 2 years. That
And you know how stubborn I am. I was like, I'm just gonna use these.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding anymore. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna mess up that system.
That's true. So I
So,
guess it
but
is
like,
a good gift because there's no way you would ever get it yourself, and you would just
yeah,
live
because
in misery.
I mean, I was, and I mean, like the other person doesn't necessarily know I have the one
They
Switch.
don't know what they're supporting. Yeah, that's true.
They're like, we heard you, we listened.
Yeah, we heard, and we knew it was your birthday before 11:50 p.m. Um, on the day of your birthday when you gave out hints. You're like, "Look, oh, I got some Joy-Con. I got 2 new games." I was like, "Oh wow, look at you go!" I was like, "I thought you won a contest."
I mean, that's a very plausible thought, for
Yeah,
me,
right.
So, but yeah, Sunday was my birthday, so I had this strawberry ice cream cake, pretty good, and
Heck yeah.
I also had these cookies, like these little gourmet cookies. One of them was like, I didn't show you that because I ate it before I sent
Oh
it
hell,
out.
yeah. You
Because it
could
was
just
so good, man.
you could just send a selfie of you eating it. Then
So it was like this Oreo cookie, but like it was like the shavings of like the chocolate, and then
okay.
like on top of it, it was like peanut butter, just like a blob of peanut butter. So that was amazingly delicious. I didn't think it was going to be because
Was
like
it?
it didn't look like visually appealing, but like
Yeah.
when I bit into it, I was like, I need like 6 more of these things, you know. And
Was it
I
peanut
probably
butter
really
or like a peanut butter sauce, like that they
no.
concocted?
It was legit
It
peanut
was
butter,
just
so
like
it was
peanut
just
butter
like
Peter Pan. Did you ever get Peter Pan peanut butter? I would always see that
yeah.
in the store and be like, "Who's doing this?" And
But see,
but
this is the thing. This is the thing. Like we got it when Jeff was not there,
okay, I could see
so
that.
it
Yeah.
wasn't the first choice, you know. And when we got the Peter Pan one, we got the crunchy one. It had the peanuts in it.
Crunchy peanut butter. I mean, I feel like that's a crime. I say as somebody that doesn't like multiple.
Yeah, you're the
We've been
texture
over
guy.
this. Yeah.
You don't like the textures.
Yeah.
I get it.
Textures? No thanks. Yeah. Um. So your best thing you ate all week was a bunch of delicious treats.
Yes.
That sounds good. This morning, Vanessa got back from walking Buddy, right? And she's like, you know what? I'm in the mood because so she works 4 days a week, and so she's off every Friday, which really throws me for a loop because I'm still used to. So when we go out like Thursday night, I think, okay, we're going out. It's Friday night. So then I thought today was Saturday for a minute, and then I was like, wait,
Mhm.
no, today's Friday. But then we went out for breakfast, and
Ooh.
because she was like, I'm craving pancakes.
Oh, that is my favorite.
Yeah. You know what? That's good because turns out she did not say pancakes. She said French toast. I got,
That's not even the same thing.
that's not even close. I said French toast, and then she was like, "I want to get French toast," and then we got there and she saw the pancakes and she's like, "Or I could get some pancakes." That's why I thought pancakes. But then she
Okay.
got the French toast, and what did I get? It was like what 10 o'clock in the morning, and we were at this diner. I got a buffalo chicken wrap and French fries and a side of pickles. That good
I
morning,
mean,
Um,
it's food, so
it's
you know.
it's yeah, food, all right. It was delicious and made me want to go get some more buffalo chicken wraps. But yeah, so but enough about what we've been eating. Let's talk about this Nintendo Direct. And
Nintendo. Nintendo. Was this on purpose or did you
no,
stumble?
that was I think I think my Twitter timeline's just rubbing off on me because
Oh, okay.
uh
I
I
wasn't sure. I wasn't sure because it could be either or for me,
yeah.
so I had to
Yeah,
ask.
yeah. I liked what I saw of the Nintendo. Let's start with what we thought overall of the Nintendo Direct. Um, I liked what I saw of it, and then I like hopped on to um like Twitter, and it was like, like that meme where the guy just walks in with the pizzas and like the room everything's on fire. That's what it
Oh,
felt like. I was
is
like,
that
oh, I
okay?
didn't think it was that bad, but but a lot of people thought it was that bad. I thought it was, fine. Or
Yeah.
there was quite a few games that were there that I liked, and I was enjoyed, um,
Mhm.
and we'll get to those. But then, um, there, I can also see if uh, you're not like into Mario games or Mario characters, this is not the direct for you. I'll tell you what.
Which
Um,
is like you could be said the same for last time too. I remember saying that last time. I was like, if you just did not like Mario, you kind of got screwed. And then like, hey, this is like almost 2.0 repeat again.
all right,
You
yeah.
know.
They were like,
So like,
okay, let's show you all the other Mario games. The only thing missing was a Mario sports game. Um,
yeah, I'm shocked we didn't have baseball drop in here somehow.
yeah,
I mean, it's like the only one left that they didn't really do for the system.
I know. It's probably knowing Nintendo, it's probably already done. They're saving it for spring 2025. What 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 did you think of the overall of the Nintendo Direct?
So I know me and you, we were following the rumors and the spoilers.
Oh
So like
yes.
some of these bigger announcements, we already knew. So like they weren't like, wow, surprises, that type of stuff. But like in general, for me, for these announcement presentation things, I'm perfectly fine with getting spoiled for what's in them, because like the person's not gonna show us like actual footage, images or anything of how it actually plays or looks like. So I'm fine with that. Like you telling me, what F
Another
zero ninety
code.
nine
Oh yeah.
another code was in there. Like I really liked Trace Memory. That's what it was called over here for us. But when I saw like the another code collection, I was like, man, that's really cool. I didn't like 100% believe this guy, even though like last time this person got it correct with the Wando stuff.
Yeah.
But just you always want to keep like a reasonable outlook for like leaks and stuff. So like I wasn't going in like, oh yeah, they better show this or this guy's head.
Yeah.
But me knowing that beforehand did not like take away from my excitement from seeing it, because when they actually showed it, I was like, man, that is not what I thought it was gonna look like. It's like a really big glow up. Like they actually put like a lot of effort into it. But
Yeah.
for this type of direct we have, it's probably is one of the weaker ones in the Switch's life system. But what we're usually used to for like this point in time for like one of their systems, we don't usually get stuff this good. There's a lot of remakes here, yeah, but like most of them are really great games. So you know, it depends if you just want to buy them, or like there's a lot of people who aren't really playing some of these games. When they first came out, like Super Mario RPG, like that's like what 20 something plus years old. Like we have plenty of new fans who didn't play it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I get it because we're like one of the older set, so we pretty much played like almost all of them on the list. But I can see myself maybe picking up one or two, not all of them, that type of thing. But, like my only downside for this entire show was it is very Mario focused. I don't hate Mario. It's just usually we get more quirky things by this time. Usually we get like a random rhythm heaven, or like ever races. Like random stuff that probably shouldn't exist, but like they drag it out before the new system comes out. Like
Yeah.
I was hoping for like one or two of those personally. I mean, it could still happen. It just wasn't here. But overall, I'm pretty positive on this. I don't need like a ton of announcements each time. And even though I didn't get like a lot of new announcements, I saw deeper looks at stuff that I really enjoyed, like the Peach game. We didn't get nothing last time, but like it exists. Now we actually saw some gameplay. We got the name, we got the date. So we know information about it, and it actually looks pretty fun.
Yeah. Um. We got quite a bit of new stuff. Plus, I think I probably like for another code recollection and F-099. I feel like I would have been more um more excited or into the idea of um more into the idea of like I would have been more hype about those announcements if they weren't leaked for me, but I got excited when I found out about the leak, so I guess it's kind of almost not quite the same thing, but yeah. um and then the fact that they started all like, usually when these directs are out and about, the things we talk about are what starts and what ends it. So they ended up starting with side order, which um, is you're shooting these the enemies and numbers are popping off. This to me, it almost feels like it's some sort of roguelike or roguelite um, elements to it with like action RPG almost, because of the way that they're talking about how it's like real replayable. Um,
Yeah, because like they give you like the choices of the cards, and you only have like a certain number of selection of which ones you can use. So like this opens up like experimentation for like each round or so you do,
yeah,
that type of thing.
right.
So it could be, because when you saw like the enemies, it kind of very very faintly. It kind of remind me like of Salmon Run when you have like a lot of guys coming at you, but like it was like a single player kind of Salmon Run.
Yeah.
So you know, we didn't see too much of this because it was like 2.5 minutes, I think. And we got the announcement that it's actually pushed back to spring of next year. So maybe this is meatier than we thought, or maybe there's some problems that came about with this. Because like this was supposed to be like 2023. They announced it when they announced the whole DLC together. But like the Splatoon 3 data miners found out like a while ago that this was being pushed back. Because like each time there's like a new season, those stuff's like hidden in there, and they poke
Yeah.
around and
That's true. Yeah.
that kind of thing. So no,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm like totally excited for this because I want to see like how in depth if this is like a real like light type of thing. I'm picky with those within you. So,
Yeah. That's
but I
true.
mean, I like the little shooting. I like the new enemies we saw, and we have like the Pearl bot. She looks like the companion this time around. I like her, so she was my favorite out of the duo. So yeah,
Yeah.
I already have it too. I'm just waiting for it now. So
Oh, you got it? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. You didn't you like yeah. I remember you got it and I got it and then or I think I told you I have it and then you're like, "Oh yeah, I have it now too." And I just remember enjoying um I I really enjoyed uh the DLC for 2. So I think that's part of the reason why I'm like, okay, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here and look forward to trying this out and see what it's like. But I also feel like I just haven't quite been into 2 as much or
well,
3 as much as
wait,
I was into 2.
yeah, we talked a little bit about that last time.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of in a similar way, but I'm still looking forward to this DLC thing. But I really wish they would kind of stop doing like the waves for it because like technically this is part two of the wave, but like honestly this is the whole DLC because like the first part is like you get like the hub of two and like a
Right.
T-shirt or something like that. Come on,
Yeah.
why are you doing this?
I don't even know if you get a t-shirt. Do you? I thought you just got the
I think it's the hub, huh?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it
it's the
was
hub.
just the hub.
I know if you have the DLC now, you're gonna get like what are they called? The splash tags of like
Oh,
Callie and
right. Yeah.
Marie, and
Yes.
then
That's
Pearl and Marina. So the next time I jump on, I'm probably gonna change it to one of them because I like Callie and Marie as a set, but I like Pearl probably the most. So I'll probably swap between them, that type of thing.
yeah. Mel needs a name, not no more. Mel is Pearl. Um the uh after this the remakes started cooking with
Mm.
the toys are back in town, baby, because uh what is it, Mario vs. Donkey Kong?
Mario versus Donkey Kong. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
This one was
it's
another
not
one
the
that
mini ones.
was
It's not
like
the minis though. So
yeah, I
you
think
know.
like you're going to try to get the minis from.
Yeah, you're trying to get the toys. The minis are more like a Lemons type of style of gameplay where you're directing them into like your area or the bag or whatever your section versus Donkey Kong. This is like you're going to like steal it back kind of thing.
Right. This almost feels like um I think even Ray originally thought that the first game he was like, isn't the first Mario versus Donkey Kong just Donkey Kong on the Game Boy? I was like, no, that was Donkey Kong 94. But this kind of
Yeah,
feels like they took the idea of Donkey Kong and then kind of like evolved it, and that's where we are with this.
yeah. Because I mean, I didn't play too much of this one myself because this was the GBA game, so I actually
Right,
did
yeah.
play this. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see where they're going with this. This is fine. But then they started going into like the lemon s'more style gameplay and the minis, and I really didn't like that myself.
Right.
Which is shockingly because I see a lot of people say that, but then they produce way more of those than Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's
So
true. I feel like
I don't understand how that happened.
I feel like we got those from we ended up getting the um the reason we got those other games, you know, the like Lemmings and stuff was because of the touch screens, and that's how we ended up with those, where they kind of were
Yeah.
like, here, set it up like this and do this and that, and instead of the more action. I don't know why, because they also did release action games on the. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they did.
I think the most surprising thing, and also not surprising at the same time, but disappointing for me, was that I was like, here we go. This is nice. They got a nice little downloadable game here. They can release it for, you
Oh
know,
no.
$20, 25 at the most. 50. This is $50.
I was saying 30, 40. Because I remember talking to you about this before we
Yeah.
started. Like, well, before it aired, actually, because, this was one of the leaked ones we saw. I was like, they have in the past, pushed these out at a slightly lower price than full price, Because I think, like, Tip and Stars, like, if you bought it, you actually got them on both. So that was, like, one for, like, I don't know, like, what, 25, 30, I think? I
Yeah.
think that's what they were going for. But, yeah, 50 for this. Ugh. It has the retail box. I mean, Mario and Donkey Kong themselves look really good, and the little cutscenes look really good. But
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, it's still like a little puzzle game, which puzzle games are way much more harsher to like in the general public to get viewed by for
Oh,
being
yeah.
that expensive. Like
Right.
this is
Yeah.
probably only that expensive because it has the Mario and Donkey Kong in it. Like if those weren't guys in it, this would easily probably be like 25, 30 at the most, and even then 30 for this, like pushing it.
Yeah.
But it is one of the voucher games, so if you want to use one of your slots on that and
Waste one of
not
your
take
slots on the. Yeah.
not take advantage.
Yeah. It's $50. I feel like the problem with this is like kids that were really into Donkey Kong and Mario, and the way they were like antagonizing each other in the movie. You
Yeah,
get Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I don't feel like this is a good kids first Mario game.
I mean
That's,
maybe like a different decade it would have been. Like I don't know if like this decade is gonna
yeah.
be like really shooting off because like they're obviously pushing into the movie thing because they did rival a little bit. So
Yeah.
this is like, oh, we got a game ready for that. We don't have to make a new one. We're probably saving stuff for the next system, so we can just
Yeah.
push this out. Y'all buy
Right.
it, yada yada.
Use this as a door stomp when we bust through the door with a 3D Donkey Kong game at launch on the next
Sometime.
Switch.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
We can only
Cause
hope. That'll be
we've been hearing Donkey
$70.
Kong
Thank
for
you.
a while.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be. It's gonna kill me. They're like, we added 3 extra heroes on him. $70.
Yeah. Mario versus Donkey Kong 3D. There you go.
It's like the same one of this. It's like this exact same
Yeah.
one, but they put like an extra 3D on the 3D in the title. That's
Local
the
only
only change.
multiplayer. Yeah. It's only playable in multiplayer and local only. But yeah, that comes out February 16th, 2024, which is wild. It's just weird, think I still can't get over like 2024 being like
Katsu.
yeah, not only that, but it's like just seems like the future. Uh from when growing up, I'm like, man, imagine when we get to the year 2000, and now here we are 20 years after that.
And then you were also like, oh, this is their December game easily.
Yeah, I thought for sure it'd be their December game and it'd be $20, and they were like, no, this is what you want to do with your honey bun on Valentine's Day weekend,
it was the 1-2 punch for you. It's like, nope, nope.
Yeah.
Fade out.
And I'm like, well, there's no way I'm getting this unless I do.
Mm. Very convincing argument.
Thank you. I thought so. What about what is it? The Prince of Persia game?
It's a pleasure. The Lost Crown. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. They first showed this off at the Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest thing. It was like the opening, I think, or like the second thing that opened it.
Yeah.
And basically, honestly, it's a Ubisoft game, so you gotta take, the Ubisoft stuff in mind, But this honestly kind of looks like to me like they're trying to mimic Metroid Dread with this.
Yeah, it looks like Metroid Dread meets Prince of Persia. The
Because they
old
added like a skill tree kind of thing, but like everything else, like the movement, like fluent movement,
yeah.
how he does some of the boss fights, it kind of reminded me of Dread. It might not be like as good as Dread, but I think from
Yeah.
people who played it at Gamescom said it felt really good. And like the Switch is like the leading platform for this, so we don't have to worry about like it being like
Performance.
ported down
Yeah.
or performance, visually issues. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. I don't know if I'm gonna do it day one because obviously again Ubisoft.
Right.
And if you do pre-order, you can get like the costumes for like the old Prince because
Rabbits,
this
I
is not
hope.
the same Prince. Rabbits, no. Can you imagine they just put the rabbits in?
It's a rabbit head, yeah. The Rabbit Prince. Um the more gameplay I see of it, the more it kind of looks like Ori, like the Ori games.
Ooh, okay.
Because you do a lot of traversal and stuff, and like shooting, and then still jumping and moving along. The only thing missing is a area where it's flooding, but I mean, we could get there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it might be a little harder since it's just like mostly like in the desert. It looks like,
Yeah,
but who knows? Maybe he finds like an oasis or
yeah,
something.
but
And
yeah,
like
you're
for this one, it's not the 3D Prince of Persia games.
right. Yeah,
A lot
it's
of people like
2D. Yeah,
those games because I wanted that myself. And then when they showed this off, it's like, oh, another 2D. But then they kept showing it off more and more. I was like, this actually looks pretty interesting to me. So this is one of my standouts. Nothing new that we really saw, but still looks good. Still looking forward to it. So
yeah.
I keep it on my list.
Yeah. And then we got Horizon Chase 2, Horizon Chase 1. I enjoyed enough, but it's the first out now game. Um, am I going to be playing it? No, I'm not. I don't plan on getting it. But I don't know. See, here's the thing. It's like it looks good. It looks like a good arcade racer. It's just I don't know that I'm in the mood for it right now cuz I played it enough the first one. And now this new one's out. I played some of the DLC from the first one and now this uh just looks like more of the same. Um but yeah. Um
You know.
but it's out now, so if you want to go ahead and get it, go ahead. Super Crazy Rhythm Castle. Um,
Oh, yeah.
I did see some. In the video, you can see a bit of slowdown going on in the background and stuff, which is
Mm.
definitely not something you want when you're playing a rhythm game. But but it didn't seem like the rhythm part of it was there was any slowdown. But I just am not. I just don't want this. What about you?
If I had like enough people that would like going to get it and actually play it, I
Yeah,
would get it. But I know I don't. Because like the last couple of times I did that nonsense, no one showed up
I
or
was
like
there.
no one scheduled or anything.
I was there for the first day. We played that one game. We played it
That one
once,
time.
and then you were like, "I beat it." You had like 6 hours into it that week, and it wasn't on your birthday. I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
The, uh,
Yeah, you would have.
by at least 11:50. Um, but yeah, the Super Crazy Rhythm Castle. It's like a Konami joint too. I don't
Yeah.
know. I heard some good things. Some people said they had a enjoyable enough time with it. Um, but yeah, it is not a game I'm planning on playing. Then we also had after that we had Spy on a what is Operation Memories, which this is based on an anime, right?
Yeah, and the spy. Okay. It has the X. I don't think you say X. I think it's cross. I think spy cross family. Uh,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not the anime expert here. I play a lot of the anime style type of games, but I
Yeah.
don't really like watch a lot of the
Oh
shows.
yeah. Mel is
But
anime. That's a good name. There. Could be your new nickname.
but yeah, this one focuses more on Anya, which is the little girl character in the show, and she's like, I don't know, like 7, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
So like the whole show is basically about like there's this guy like that's playing as her dad, and he's like a spy, but he needs to get in touch with like this certain like political figure guy, and he goes to this. He's a part of like this school that his son goes to. So like he needs like a kid because he doesn't have like a kid. So he adopts her, and she can like read minds, and he's acting like he's not a spy because he doesn't tell her. And then he gets like a fake wife, but she's like an assassin. So but this focuses more on Anya, which
Yeah.
is like she has to be like really good student, and she's not. She can read minds, but she's not really like smart. She acts up a little bit because like she got into like a fight like the first day at school. Like she punches like a boy,
Oh,
which is like the
jeez.
same boy that the father he needs to get close to.
Yeah.
So this looks like the more the slice of life part of it. I mean, the anime itself is mostly slice of life, but
Yeah.
this looks like you're playing as her, so you have to probably make like connections with her friends. You know, be on the good side of this uh, kid in her class that she doesn't like. You know, making sure no one finds out her dad's a spy. You know, so you're probably doing a lot of little goofy little things like that. The actual graphics look pretty good. But, you know, I don't really know too much about these anime games. Because
Yeah.
usually when we get like an anime game, it's like a 3D fighter kind of thing.
Right, like an arena fighter, especially from Namco. But I mean, they've been having more games like Shin-Chan, Me and the Professor on summer vacation.
Yeah, and we
Uh,
like those, you know, the
yeah.
ones we played.
This
So,
one kind of looks kind of like that. Sort of like
you know what?
slice of life type of game.
That's fair. That's fair. Because like, if you hear like Spy Family, whatever, you might think you're playing as one of like the parents of her, like maybe doing like an assassination or the spy stuff. But it's like, no, you're not doing any of that.
Like
Here,
she goes
you're
to
being the girl.
class and she's got her dog, and
The
yeah,
dog Bond, you know.
and so that's out
She's
in
a
the
fun little character too.
yeah. Um, and then they showed some more Super Mario RPG.
Hmm?
Um,
Looking
which
good.
still looks like Super Mario RPG, and definitely a game I'll be getting day one. I don't know about you.
I don't know, cause I did like this, but I played it. That's the thing with these remakes for me. I'm only pretty much primarily interested in them if I didn't play them. But this might be like a Christmas thing for me. Like you know, I can put it
Okay.
on the wish list. Someone gives me it, and we did get some new information out of it. Like if you do the time attacks really well, you can affect like the whole enemy squad instead of just like one you selected,
Yeah.
and we can refight bosses. And like some of them look pretty hard because like one of them did like 9999 damage to like the entire party. So
Right.
that may be fun.
And they have that new like the triple moves where
Oh
it was
yeah.
like you fill up and basically a limit break, but you do a different triple move depending on the three people in your party. And yeah, the game looks good. Um, I'm still looking forward to see who it is that worked on it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, and the post game boss rematches, they really went out of their way coming up with a good nickname for it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this when it comes out November 17th.
Mm, nice little holiday game right before Black Friday. You know, all the craziness.
Yeah,
So
I
that's fun.
know. Yeah, that'll be out there. Um, and so then they showed this, and then here it is, the another code recollection, which is another code or trace memory on
For
the
us.
for us, yeah. Another code on the 3DS, and then the one on the Wii that only came out in Japan and Europe.
No, 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 no,
What?
no. DS, DS,
What?
not 3DS, DS. Trace memories on the DS.
Is that what I? Oh yeah, the D. Yeah, so it came out on the DS, and then the Wii version only came out in Europe and um. Yeah, and not only that, but that is a good point to make because the DS, um, we were talking about this because it made great use of like all like the touch controls and like all of that, and now um we're gonna be out here doing this. Um,
Wii Game also did a lot with the remote from my glancing at it because I didn't play the Wii one because we didn't get it,
yeah,
but it also did use the remote a lot. So I think some puzzles are gonna have to be redone, and then we're probably gonna get some new puzzles because they did mention new puzzles, and they're probably gonna be Switch focused. So I'm gonna look forward to that because I
right,
really like it when some of these games really go into using these extra things Nintendo adds. You know, like touchscreen mics. And they come up with like unique ways because Trace Memory. When we got it, uh, it came out pretty early in the DS life cycle, and like if you play like Phantom Hourglass, like Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass,
oh
if you play that game, there's always one puzzle people talk about. They're like, man, this is such a great idea. This is amazing. I was stuck on it because I didn't know you could do this. But see, if you were like me and you played Trace Memory, when you got there to that point, I was instant. And I had people calling me out. I was like, you didn't play Trace Memory because they did that years before it showed up in
right,
Phantom Hourglass. So, and this was one of the leaked little rumors, that we saw.
yeah.
Uh, this was one of the one I was like, okay, either
W-
this guy is really messing with me or he actually did find something because no one was gonna
We'll
leak
just
this
make
because
this
nobody
up.
cares.
Yeah,
Like, look, don't get me wrong, I like Chase Memory, but like, no one honestly cares because the company that made it sick is dead. We haven't seen her in like years aside from like what, a Smash trophy or sticker.
or
I think it
sticker.
might have been
Yeah,
a sticker. Like that's
yeah.
even worse. Not even a trophy. And
She might have been a trophy in on the
you know,
Wii or whatever. Oh, before we get too far away, the puzzle was you close the DS
yeah. Okay.
just in
You
case
just gonna tell
someone.
them? You just
Yeah,
gonna tell them? Because
are you? I'm just
that
gonna
might
tell
happen
them it's
again.
a DS game. Who's gonna? What case are you closing? Yeah, you just close the DS. You gotta. You're gonna
Because
have.
maybe you have to. I don't know. Maybe you have to put the Switch system face down and
Yeah, you gotta
just.
cover the IR sensor on the Joy-Con. I mean, that would
That's
be
probably
pretty
gonna
good.
be some kind of. There's probably gonna be some kind of puzzle like that. Because they're gonna have to
Yeah,
retool some of them.
you're just gonna have
And
to close the game and reopen it.
you have to close it, go to the eShop, and buy another game.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you
But
know. In case,
you know.
so now if you're playing this and you're like, let me play the DS one ahead of time, you're gonna know. Oh, this is that one he spoiled for me. And Mel tried to fight
Mhm.
for us,
I
but
did. I was trying. Because when I got it, I was like 15 when I played that,
yeah,
and I was like, man, this is amazing. I
everyone
can't
get your
believe.
calculators out.
Because, like, I was stuck on that part. I was thinking, like, what do I do? What do I do? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. This is insanely stupid. It's not going to work. Then it did. I love stuff like that. Because it
Yeah,
really shows me that they put a lot of thought into it. And they also made like another series on the DS, which is Hotel Dust. And honestly, if you ask me, if they were gonna to revive one of them, I thought it was gonna be Hotel Dust because I think Hotel Dust has a stronger first game. But we also didn't get Hotel Dust 2, so maybe after this one does pretty well, maybe we'll get Hotel Dust. I'm hoping
yeah.
for that too.
Room 216. We'll get the sequel.
Yeah, 215.
Well, the sequel 216.
That's the last window.
Next door. Um,
Next one.
all the answers were there the whole time. uh,
but but yeah, this has a major glow up because it was a DS game. When you like actually go back and look at it, that was blocky. It was ugly. And
yeah,
when I saw this yesterday, I was like, man, they actually put like effort into this. This has voice acting. It's got new puzzles. It has a beautiful look. It has both games. So
yeah,
this was my easily game to show because this is a pie in the sky kind of thing to me. Like I never thought we would get like this to ever happen. Like this has to be somebody's personal project over there that they just really liked, and they're like high enough in like in the chain of reactions, whatever, that they can actually pull this. Because I don't see why this exists because it should.
Right. And then Nintendo was like, "Yeah, sure. You know what? That sounds like a $60. Let's put that out. And we're going to release a physical copy too with
Yeah.
artwork that's just her face crying with like different images."
Hey,
And
hey, it's only like one eye, you know.
well,
But
that's true. She
when
could
I was
just
looking at the
be
box art,
in a windy city. Yeah.
when I was looking at the box art, I was kind of thinking, I was like, you know what? They're probably trying to like mimic the Life is Strange box arts because like when I was looking at it, like if I didn't know any better, I would think this is like maybe like a side spin-off of Life is Strange.
Yeah.
I get like a lot of feelings from that. But like obviously this came out before, but like this is not even near as popular as Life is Strange. So
No. But then
like maybe they're trying to target that audience into
yeah,
buying it.
I feel
You
like
know,
that's
that
how
type
they
of
got
thing.
it greenlit. They're like, Life is Strange is really popular. We have this already. Why don't we just
Kind of, but
make,
not really.
yeah, you know, when they announced or when this leak got leaked, there's like a scene in the trailer where there's like a couple of still images, and I was like, that's just what the whole thing's going to be, a bunch of still images, and then you just kind of do puzzles, and it looks like it's going to be a bit more than that, and I'm looking forward to it. When is it, January 19th? Another
Something like that.
code recollection. Let's see here. It is coming out January 19th, 2024. So it looks like we're pretty covered for we got September, we got Pikmin, you know,
One and
whatever,
two.
1 and 2. Um we got F-Zero 99, which we'll get to in a minute. And then October we got Mario and Doctor or not, no, I almost said Doctor Octopus, but Detective Pikachu. I don't know what that was about.
I kind of wish it was Detective Octopus over
Doctor
Detective Pikachu.
Octopus, yeah, that would have been a good one. Um, and then October, yeah, and then November we got um the other
RPG?
DLC plus WarioWare and Super Mario RPG, and
Oh
then
yeah, the world.
December we might have uh
We're still holding on something.
the Mario Kart DLC, like the rest of the
Oh,
Mario
okay.
Kart.
Yeah, okay.
And then January we got this. And then we got in March the next game they showed, which
Yeah.
is Princess is it yeah, Princess Peach Showtime, baby. And yeah, the game, the new game for the Nintendo Switch starring Princess Peach, I think it was like something similar to that, the nickname.
That was the title.
Yeah,
That was
the
our holding
working title,
title.
yeah. Um and they were like, this is it, and now we got to see it. So instead of her feelings and her moods, instead of her having like mood swings with her anger making her, it was a terrible idea on her last game she got. Now,
To be fair, she was in control of the emotions. It's
oh
not like
yeah,
the emotions just randomly happen. If that makes it any slightly better, that
yeah.
type of thing.
But the fact that they were like, this will be good. You know, women, they have feelings. Um,
I do actually remember the commercial for it because it was like this princess boot camp. So you had like these little like 8-year-old girls. They all dressed up as Princess Peach, and they were going through like the obstacle course. And then like at the end, they had to do like the anger one to like burn something. I remember watching that commercial. I was like, man, this commercial does not make me want to buy this, but I want this game still. I just not have to watch this commercial. But because they would have made a big deal if this was actually the first game of her. They would have been like, "Oh, the first game ever starring Princess Peach." But like, they can't say that because it's technically not true. But they don't want to like
talk about the
reference
old
the
one.
other game.
Yeah, yeah. So now they're
So
just like, here she is. You loved her in the movie, right? How about this?
yeah, she has a bunch of different costumes now, and
Yeah.
it seems like whatever costume you have is gonna have a stage corresponding to it. I don't know how long these stages are, but I'm guessing like if we treat the stage maybe as worlds or like half worlds, you can do like different stuff with it. Because we saw like a ninja one, we saw the detective one, the pastry chef, and the fencer, like the swordsman, swords
Yeah.
lady, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak.
Yeah.
So it seems like the different costumes gives her different abilities and powers, and you have to solve little puzzles and such. And it's all set like on a stage, kind of like the finale game of this direct. Actually,
Oh yeah,
they really like doing the stage aspect of Mario stuff. I think it
right.
looks really nice, and we saw like a lot of new enemy types. We didn't really see any other Mario characters, so I'm wondering if they actually show up later, or maybe this is just actually solo Ho. You know,
Yeah. Or every once in a while, you might see someone in the audience. Maybe we'll see Mario there, supporting his friend.
companion, buddy. You know, no, that was Toadette.
Chum, pal. Yeah. Um, the thing I like about it is, yeah, it looks like you go into a show. Like it's kind of like Mario when you jump in the paintings, you jump into a show, and then in that show you'll be using certain powers based on the costumes change. And the costume, it kind of reminds me almost like this game, of course, reminds me of like the Puppeteer on the PS3, or
Oh,
um it reminds me of that. Plus it kind of like gives me some like Kirby vibes where Kirby will have certain powers and use them. Um yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I hope it's good. Um
I feel like it's gonna be good because
yeah.
this honestly feels like the last new project for the Switch. Because we talked about it earlier, but we have a lot of remakes coming, and I
Well,
feel like
yeah.
this is like technically the first major Peach game that you play as, so that they want to actually talk about,
Yeah.
and I guess
Detective
they weren't
Peach,
sure.
baby.
I mean, hey, she's a detective in one of the worlds, you know.
Outshines Pikachu, you
I mean, she kind of did, honestly.
know.
Like a lot of the outfits for her look really cute. It
Yeah.
looks good. It looks good, and
And
I'm hoping it's good because maybe this can become like a series, or maybe some of these other powers can translate into other games. Like maybe like the next Smash, maybe she go through like costume changes. You know,
yeah,
and she has
that
like
would be
new moves.
awesome if
That'd
she
be kind of
was
cool. Yeah.
in the costume changes in like separate her from Daisy. Um, Daisy can just be like the
The old
Peach
Peach.
clone, and Peach can be. But then at the same time, I was like, oh, that'd be cool if they get the next Smash has Luigi, and Luigi's like Luigi's Mansion Luigi, and
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
mean,
no, he's just gonna
I've
be
been
Luigi.
asking for that. I've been
Yeah,
asking for Luigi's Mansion Luigi, and like obviously like Elephant Mario, maybe that can be incorporated, or like Cappy, you know,
yeah, here's
some of that
downward
stuff.
stomp. Yeah, um, but I'm uh, this comes out what March 22nd, 2024.
Yeah,
Um, and it is a voucher game. You can use a voucher. That's marvelous. Um,
yeah,
and then what
really
was
pushing them.
after this? They had what Saga Emerald Beyond.
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing this. To be completely honest.
Yeah. So it was basically just another Saga game. I'm trying to get to it in the video here, but it was another Saga game. I thought the battle system looked pretty good. Um, but then they showed like the overworld and you're running around, and that just looked kind of like just just like bare bones. Oh dear, I went way too
They
far.
obviously focused. They obviously focused on the battle for this.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
yeah, that's what I got out of it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Princess Peach a lot more. Like we went from that, and I was just thinking about Princess Peach pretty much the whole time the next two games were on here, and I was like,
Well, I paid attention to like the one after it a little bit because they did the you can play the old way or the new way, that type
oh
of stuff.
yeah.
I did like
Anytime they
it.
let you switch,
Yeah, I like it. And
yeah,
I may not use the old way like the entire thing, but I will use it for a little bit because the game after was Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, the collection. Those are
yeah.
the ones I actually played. So I played like I think like Underworld or something like after. Like
Okay,
these
that
are
was
the
on like
three I remember
PS2, I
playing.
think, right? Or
Yeah, I think so, something like that. But these are the ones I remember actually playing. Classic lore. You don't have like the reboot bow and arrow stuff. Wasn't a big fan of that personally. But hey,
the,
look. pretty decent, you know, for what it is.
Yeah.
You can play the old way, you can have the new one. It comes out on Valentine's Day. It already has like a 10% off pre-order. There's like 150 something days
Oh
left on
yeah,
it.
that's right. You were telling me. Told me about it. I hopped on and I was like, oh yeah. And it is interesting because I do not remember because they show like here's how the games used to look, and I'm like, man, that is not how it looked on the PS1. I'll tell you what, for Tomb Raider, and then I was like, oh, these must be how they looked on the PC back in the day because I only ever played them on PS1, and then I believe I played it on the Sega Saturn after I learned that the Sega Saturn couldn't actually do true 3D in games, and it was all like they faked it, and so it was like I was like, oh, let me check that out, and I was like, oh gosh, this is rough. But yeah, this looks like Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. I believe it's $29.99. You can pre-order it today. Play it on Valentine's Day with your sweetheart.
Well,
Um,
she can be your Valentine, you know?
that's true. Are you single?
Yeah.
Take take Laura for a spin around the
Don't say it
tombs.
like that.
No,
Don't
yeah.
say it. No, that's even worse.
Okay,
You
yeah.
added the tomb to it. That's even worse.
Detective Pikachu Returns was the next game they. Oh. Tim Goodman. Speaking of Tim Goodman, this, uh,
It's a sequel to Detective Pikachu.
yeah,
When they first showed it off, we weren't sure if it was like a remake of the first one, and they combo packed it. But like this just seems like it's the sequel,
this is a
you know?
sequel, but apparently it's like almost completely detached from what I've been told, from the original. So like the previews that came out, they were like, you don't have to have any previous knowledge to um the
To play
sequel
it.
or to the original to play this one. 49.99 comes out is October 6th, like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks, something like that.
Oh my god, it's that close. Oh no. It's like okay, this was like a 3DS game, right? And you know they spruced it up a little bit, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
It just
you can
doesn't
tell
look
definitely,
that
even
good.
though it's not on the 3DS right anymore, it started out on the 3DS. It looks like, uh, but yeah, um,
Also very timely, you know? Like
very time. Yeah,
like come on.
they're
Why is this so late?
banking off the success. Well, they were busy making Little Town Hero. They couldn't they couldn't get on there. But this is a game you can use on a voucher if you want to waste it. A voucher on this, another $50 game that uses the
Yeah.
voucher.
Because
Um,
we are big supporters of using 60 and up games for vouchers because we want to get the actual savings, you know?
yeah. Otherwise,
That
just
type
buy
of
the
thing.
game separately.
Yeah, you know? Why bother, you know?
But yeah, um, that comes out October 6th, so 3 weeks from now. Okay,
Alright.
3 weeks from today,
So,
you can play.
so I'll be in your stream for the one time you stream it. Detective Pikachu returns.
That's part of the problem is the voice acting. Um, the voice acting that they have is apparently only, you know, some of the dialogue is voiced, most of it is not, and it's like you might have like one line of dialogue that's voiced, and then the rest is just text. It's like one of those random games. Um,
A lot of the story based games do that. But, you would think the Pokemon Company and Game Freak whatever would spruce it up a little bit more, because like
yeah,
honestly, like this has to be targeted to a lower age audience. I mean,
right.
nothing wrong if you want to actually buy and get into it type of thing. But you would think they would add more voice acting for them so they were able to immerse themselves more into the game
Yeah,
because I mean it can't be that difficult, but like if you're like a little kid, you know, maybe you can't like pick up everything and read it correctly, you know. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe
I feel
maybe
like
they'll
yeah.
maybe they'll push out the amiibo again, that massive boy, because he was huge.
Yeah, that's the thing. That'll be one of the most disappointing. If I'll tell you what, if this game supports amiibo support and they support the Detective Pikachu amiibo that I got, then maybe I'll get it. Otherwise, you know, I
Oh,
gotta save it for quality purchases like the Arkham trilogy. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next one.
actually, actually, I'm looking at this list right now, and we don't have the other amiibos that were shown off on the list.
Oh yeah, what was
I
that?
don't know where they. I don't know
We
where they pop in at, but
we haven't got to
we
them
do it
yet
now.
in the video.
Okay,
But
so we
we,
do want to get to the video because there was a pretty good amiibo actually
yeah,
that was shown off, and we talked about it a lot of the times. It's probably been
yeah.
like a year plus
For
now
a
since
year
we've been
now, we've
talking
been
about it.
like, will they, won't they? And you're no
And we
way.
both
And
we both
eh.
flip flop too.
And
We
I was
both
like,
flip
yeah,
flop.
that's yeah. I was like, well, I don't think. I was like, I think they will. And then the direct would be over. I was like, it's never coming out. But then the next one, Trombone Champ. Um, Wild to me, I think, is the fact that not one but two games used the IR sensor in this direct, and
I know.
they showed it off at the beginning when they announced the system, and now they're showing off finally games that make use of this IR sensor on the bottom.
I mean, it
Um,
only took like 6 years, but
yeah,
okay.
I know the fact that it would like I don't know who would play the game like that. Now
I
that I'm
would.
thinking
That's
about it,
This is the only way I'd have played this game now.
yeah,
Because when they showed off that doing a drug, it's like you can do the motion. I was like, okay, that's obvious. I mean, it's like the IR thing. I was like, what? No way. Like I almost kind of want to support them just because they used it, and I was like, it's like it was the out now. It was like one of the out now games
yeah,
too.
out
I
later
went to
today.
go in the
Yeah.
eShop, and I was like, oh, 15. I was like,
You're gonna wait for the
because
old tenor.
maybe because Trombone Champ is one of those silly type of games. Like it's obviously that's its goal. It's not meant to be taken
Yeah,
seriously. It's like a really big gag, but they play into it, so it's fun. Because this was like one of the last year's like meme games, so to speak. But because like when you play the notes, even if you play them correctly, it sounds terrible. But
it
that's the
still sounds
point.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
could do multiplayer, I think, with this. So
yeah,
you can
four
you can
player.
you can
Yeah,
join you can
four
join people
player
up
IR.
and
You would need four sets of Joy-Con in order to do that, but it could
I mean I
happen.
have enough apparently. You don't need to
Well,
use a stick, we should be good.
yeah, just get get the set out of your closet.
Closet,
Um,
you know?
but yeah, Trombone Champ out now. Uh, I was thinking about doing a video of it, of me playing it, and then just having on the camera just my hand doing the
The, the
yeah,
motions for it. Okay, I
yeah.
get it.
I might do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Trombone Champ, and then after that they showed a couple of games that I just didn't care about. Battle
No,
Crush. I don't know about you. It doesn't look like something I would play.
these next two games, honestly, I don't remember being in the direct at all. I think I was just on the Trombone Champ
High.
high,
Yeah.
I guess. Because I was quickly taken away from the high when after these two games, the next one showed up. When I saw it, I was like, ugh, what is happening?
Yeah. There's a closed beta in October. I guess it's coming out uh later. I think 2020 in November, December. War Tales. Apparently War Tales, I've been told, is pretty good. It's four
Yeah, that's what I
player.
heard.
Um $40 also out today. Top down open world RPG is how it's described. Um I don't think unless I get a code for it, I don't think I'll be playing. Then after that War Tales, they had Contra Operation Galga.
Mm,
Galuga.
mm,
Galuga.
mm.
Galuga. Um
Not beluga, not the whale. Galuga. Just
Galuga. Yeah.
I mean, I
Uh
think I would like it more if it's the whale, to be honest.
I think I would liked it more if it didn't have so much slowdown. Um
Not only the slowdown, but just like the appearance wise. When they first showed it off, I was like, wait a minute, don't we have this already? I was like,
yeah.
no, that's the other awful collection. So like,
Yeah, I was all I was wasn't interested when I watched it, right?
Mm.
Then I saw afterwards, oh, it's 4 player, it's made by Way Forward. Um and then I was interested in because I really like Contra 4, but just looking at the gameplay, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Because I mean, appearance wise and slowdown, it's like you can't have slowdown in Contra. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's not gonna feel good. And
And
that thing's gonna be like at least like 30 plus probably. So it's like that's a lot to ask,
yeah,
honestly.
not a fan. It's one of those games
Easily, that
I'll
was
see
easily my
how it
downer
looks
for the
when
whole
it
thing.
that was
Easily, that was my downer. I saw it and I was just like disgusted with it, disappointed.
disgusted with.
I was disgusted with it. I mean, I'm
How
not the
dare
biggest
they?
Contra fan, but like I know that's not what it's supposed to be. I'm like, you can't show me this and be like, oh, this is Contra. Like,
I've
okay.
seen a video game before.
I expect better from you, way forward. You
Well, well, especially with the game you're playing now, which is
know.
Advance Wars 1+2.
Yeah,
Um,
I got into that. So.
but the good news is, um, so right after this, they were
Yeah.
like, listen, liberate your kingdom, reclaim your destiny, okay? Because none other than Unicorn Overlord uh was the next game, and they were like, they borrowed a trademark copyright from Square Enix apparently, because this is a new game by Vanillaware. It looks
Yeah.
really good.
The worst thing
Uh,
about it is the name, honestly.
it
That's
what?
the worst thing about it. The worst thing about it is the name. That's it.
Oh
Everything
yeah,
else looks good. This
yeah.
is like a tactical kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It has the famous Vanilla Whale artwork. You know, it's the great
Oh,
music.
so good.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. The food still looks really good. You know,
yeah,
anyone who's played one of their games knows what the food looks like. Because I went through Dragon's Crown not too long ago, and I was like, "Yep, this is their stuff." And they actually showed it off here at the Direct. Usually, uh, they're like big Sony presenters. You know, usually they're like, "We're gonna show it off the Sony
yeah.
channel," but
Because
it
this
comes
is,
out like on everything, so
yeah,
it's you know it,
even
it's still there.
Xbox for crying
Yeah,
out loud.
Xbox is getting it.
Yeah,
So you know. This is one of my standouts. I'm looking very much forward to this. I'm a big technical person, you know. Uh, I was going through a period of time where I was not getting any. Now it's like everybody wants to give me one, and I'm like, I'm for it. I'll play it. I don't
yeah.
care. Unicorn Overlord. That's one of my
You
top three for
March
the show.
8th, 2024. Yeah. Um, I fully expect it to be a full price $60 game.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, because you know, not everybody's a big fan of the tactic stuff. You know, and yes, they have nice artwork, but some people are more picky about like you know, full price titles. It's like, oh, this looks like it's 40, even though it's really good. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
The mindset.
Their art's,
So
yeah,
keep in
so
mind.
good. Um, we got that, and then after that we got Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
HD.
Yep, it looks like Luigi's Mansion. It's,
See, this whole direct just showed me that the America just lost the name
yeah, the naming
names.
conventions, yeah.
We lost it because we lost Chase Memory for another code, and we didn't have Luigi's Mansions 2. It was Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Now it's just 2. So they're
HD,
just
yeah.
killing all our names.
Yeah.
Killing all our
It
names.
was 2 everywhere else, right? Um,
I think so, yeah.
yeah.
I know in Japan at least. I don't know
And
about Europe.
Europe, yeah.
And
Europe and
maybe
UK, yeah. I think it was
But,
2 there. We're the only ones that had Dark Moon, I think.
yeah,
And
we were
I think it was
spoiled.
just because they were like, it's not on a console. We can't release 2. But I mean, it feels a lot like 2, compared to the first one. And I'm just glad that we're going to have this now. And we
I
got,
feel like I feel like they're trying to get all of them on this one system. I don't know if they're going to get one as a remake or as a port down the line, but I feel like that's what they want to do. So they're putting 2, and it's not done in the style of 3. So don't go into expecting that. Okay, this is not like the same kind of globe another code got early in the show. it's still, you can still very much tell like this came from like a 3DS game. It looks nicer, but like you can't be like, oh, it doesn't look like Luigi's Mansion 3. Why did you can't go in like that because it
Right,
doesn't.
yeah. I'm almost surprised they didn't do 1 and 2 together. Like in a but at the same time,
I
I
thought
can see
I thought
why
they
they
would have
wouldn't.
did one first, but like I guess they just did one on the 3DS technically,
Yeah.
that while back. And they're like, oh, let's bring over two. It's two changes the gameplay structure of the
Oh,
series.
yeah.
And we still kind of see it in three, but it's not as much. Two is like really like, hey, we made this as a handheld game. We're gonna slice these missions as like missions and not like a connecting overworld type of thing. So I'm interested to see if that's still in play for this because they did show it off a little bit. I wasn't like super invested into it because I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna get this one. This is not one of those two remakes that's like teeter totter for me. I'm just not playing out flat. I'm not gonna get it. I like the game, but I'm
Not
just
gonna
not
get it.
interested in.
Mm.
I'm not gonna get it.
Especially with it being out summer. Like for all we know, the next Switch could be out at that. The next system could be
This
out by
could be
then.
like one of the last titles that comes out. It's like here you go.
Yeah.
You
It'd be
know.
like Bowser's Inside Story on the 3DS after a year after.
Oh, that was terrible. I still think that helped kill the Aqua Dream. I honestly do. I think if it was on the Switch, they might be still kicking around today.
Yeah. And at that time, that would have been a great fit for that time.
Yeah,
But
because we didn't have as much stuff then compared to
yeah.
now. Now we have to like actually pick things we want to play. Not this is what I get to play. you know.
Summer 2024. Um After that, they talked about the Nintendo Museum.
Yeah, which looks nice. No gonna
Yeah,
go to it,
which
but it looks
looks
nice.
nice. Yeah, we can go March 2024. Let's head on down. We'll have a meet and greet there. And
Yeah.
then um, after that, that was like one of those like one more thing. He's like, I got two things to show you. He showed the museum, and then he talked about the amiibo,
Oh, that's what the amiibo section is.
and they
Okay.
had the Princess Zelda and the Ganondorf amiibo, which it looks like they give you new two paraglider covers or
Designs.
designs. Yeah. And then I want to say one thing about um the Ganondorf. So Zelda is 14.99, right?
Is
Ganondorf,
he 15.99?
he is 19.99.
19.99.
He is
Really?
$20. Yeah, the same
He's
price. I believe the last one that did that was it the Skyward Sword one that had Zelda and
that
the
had
bird?
the bird, the Loftwing. Yeah.
Yeah. Um
Oh my! I didn't know there was such a big difference. I thought it was like $1.
yeah, Ganondorf's got a bigger base, thicker. He's got those thick thighs.
I
Um
mean, not only that, he has like the thick chest too. He's
oh
buff,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, he's got that no shirt on but double cheeked up on a Tuesday afternoon, but
I
he'll
mean, I guess that's why you're
for an
paying
extra,
extra.
yeah, you're paying $5 for the ham. Um the all right. They're they're coming out on the November 3rd. And then the uh the Noah and Mio Xenoblade Chronicles 3 amiibo are coming out.
Yeah.
And they give you new costumes in the game. They're coming out January 19th. Um
I was actually surprised with this because I thought I was pulling a U for a second, and I thought they were gonna be like, and you can use them in Xenoblade Warriors. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
yeah.
I
I
was like, oh, cool.
I still
Because
think we're
usually,
going to get Xenoblade Warriors.
sometimes when they come out with like these amiibos like way after the game, usually it's like, hey, like the next game's coming and you can still use them for this. Or if they like reprint them, because I think they reprinted the Shulk one before like Xenoblade 3 came out. It
Yeah.
was even like announced type of thing.
And this
So
is January 19th. They're coming out the same day as another code.
Yeah, because why not? Because Nintendo is like the only company that does that. It's
They
like
must
these
save
two
on
things have
shipping.
nothing to do.
They must save on
Yeah,
shipping that they really
that's what it is.
they send
It's
them out at
like
the same time.
they have nothing to do with each other, but maybe you buy both anyway.
Yeah, because I think the Zelda ones, I think they're like the same day as um. They are they the same day as um
I was gonna say the same
WarioWare?
day as I think it's WarioWare. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so they give you different costumes for Noah and Mio. And then he did it. They did it. By golly, Mel.
Yeah.
Not only did they do
Yeah.
it, but it's got the Mickey Mouse ears still.
Yeah.
Um,
He has the keychain.
coming in
That one key,
2024.
man,
Yeah.
I can't talk today. That one keychain probably took months of negotiation for this
Oh
stupid
yeah.
amiibo.
Sora. He's got his Keyblade. Uh, I imagine he's gonna be hard to find.
I mean, he's the last one for the Smash,
Yeah.
And we talked about this before because initially you were like, "It's not happening," and I was like, "They have to do it. They have to have the full
The
collection
full
because
set. People will be
they'll be
mad.
lying
Yeah.
because you can't do the amiibo stuff with this one guy out of like all 50 plus something of these guys." I was like, "No way, they gotta do it." Then as time went along, you flipped, I flopped, you flipped, I flopped.
Yeah.
I was like, "No." I'm still surprised it's there. It's nice if you want, big Sora fan, big Kingdom Hearts fan. There's a bunch of them that would just buy it just because it's a little statue of him. Don't even have the game probably. They just buy because of him. It's probably gonna be a pain to get them. So good luck pre-ordering them.
Right, yeah. Good luck with that. I am I'm definitely getting them, but yeah. I I feel like maybe it'll work with on the next Nintendo system with Kingdom Hearts 4 Mel.
Maybe no. This is what
Cloud
it is. This is
edition.
what it is.
Yeah.
No, this is what it is. You buy him, you scan it in the next system, and you get the non-cloud versions for the first three. That's the only way you can get him.
Yeah. That's the thing. He's like the same size as the 1499 um the 1499 Princess Zelda. I wouldn't be surprised if they release him and they're like 29.99. Listen, we got to pay licensing fees and we're not paying for that. So here you go. But we're going to release 1,000,000 of them cuz we think we're going to sell a bunch and then yeah. I think
I think they can for him. I honestly do because I think people who are not even with the game are gonna want the little guy.
Oh yeah. I got a
a lot of Kingdom Hearts matches,
I got a message from my friend who usually he'll like play games, but he doesn't really get on like the internet and talk about them like we do. And he was like texted me. He's like, "Did you see that Sora amiibo?" I was like, "I didn't even know you watched the direct. What do you mean? Did I see?" Yes, of course I did. But yeah, Sora amiibo. I feel bad. Some of those games, like when they showed that image of all the amiibo, the Smash amiibo, I was like, man, that next Smash Brothers is going to either just be Ultimate Plus or it is just going to start over and they're going to go back to basics and piss everyone off.
I hope it's Ultimate Plus. I always hope they just bring all these guys over because I'm not like I used to be like really into the fighting game stuff, but like now it's like I'm more of a casual for that. So like I rather have more characters than like oh no it has to be super technical type of thing. Because like I just want to see my favorite people just hit each other. That's it at this
Just
point.
want to see Bowser, yeah.
And plus, honestly, Smash Ultimate is like our video game Hall of Fame that's playable.
Yeah.
And I want to see more classics, new franchises added on, not anything taken away. Even the guys I don't like in the game, I don't want them to take away. I think they have to be there at this point.
I think at this point with Smash Brothers, the biggest omission is the lack of a Sony character.
I think it's more in Sony though,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't think it's. I'm sure Sakurai probably had conversations. Was like, are you going to give us Kratos or can we have anybody?
And that's also another
Nathan
problem
Drake.
too. It's like they They do have standout characters. It's just like,
They're all
do they have
mature
like
and for
yeah, it's like okay, because like we don't even have like a Mortal Kombat character, and honestly, we should have a Mortal Kombat character.
yeah,
Like,
Sub-Zero, Scorpion, one of them.
yeah, one of them we should, but we don't.
Um, yeah. I mean, maybe now we could get a Sony character with like Astrobot.
That's like probably the only one, and even then, when you say Sony, not a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Astro Bot. They're like, no, they're like Kratos, they're like Nathan. People are gonna say Spider Man now, actually,
Yeah.
even though
Or
it's not
a
technically
was it Aloy from
Aloy. Yeah,
Horizon?
Aloy is
Yeah.
Horizon.
Mm.
Ellie.
Oh yeah, The Last of Us. Yeah.
Last of Us.
But until that happens, we're gonna have to keep on trucking with F-Zero. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not okay. I'm not gonna. But F-Zero 99.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you what, if you want to play it or stream it, your bitrate needs to be really high. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of blurry videos. Because when there's a lot going on, they're like,
There's
a lot going on. I like the reveal of it, how they like zoomed in on you, Captain Falcon, zoomed in, and then when they come back out, they're all those cars are right there. It just looks so good.
This is exactly what I thought the leak was gonna be, because it's like the Super Nintendo version. It looks nothing like the 3D games.
Yeah.
It's like everyone on the screen at once. It's just chaotic.
You want to hear how chaotic I thought it was going to be? I thought it was going to be like Tetris 99, where each person had their own screen and you just saw your little screen. And that's what I thought.
No, I
And
thought
then
it
I
was
thought
just one screen, just a bunch of them.
I thought it was you were going to be in the middle, right? And then I thought all of the other 98 were going to be around you. But yeah, this is pretty fun. Pretty fun. I had a lot
So
of
you
fun
like
playing
it?
it. Yeah, I had fun playing it, and then on top of that, not only just playing it, but they have like a lot of achievements, and that's how you kind of unlock new costumes. It's like win a big team battle, win, um, or not win, but like play. They do a lot of play, you
Well,
know.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to win
Yeah,
because you gotta get one to win. So it's like,
yeah,
I know there's like different skins and like different kind of cups.
yeah,
I saw some stuff like that because I'm gonna be honest, I am not the F-Zero person. So when this leaked, first it was just like F-Zero game. And like, ooh, cool. Maybe it's like GX. Maybe it's the remake. Maybe it's a GameCube remaster that's gonna get shadow dropped. And then like, I don't know, a couple of hours or maybe like a day later, it's like, no, it's F-Zero 99. So like, I think a lot of people got their like hopes dashed. But I think honestly, if they followed the leaks and they saw it that way before they actually saw the direct, I think
yeah,
that's gonna be more helpful. Because if they just saw it in the direct, it's like you're just like kicking me while I'm down. I don't want this. But I have seen some people come around after they actually tried it. They're like, yeah, I did want like a new game or like the GX remake, but this is actually kind of fun. And out of all like the 99 games, like honestly, realistically speaking, like you wouldn't say like F-Zero would be up there as a choice. That's a realistic choice anyway.
right, yeah,
Because for like these 99 games, it depends on having these people play with you. So maybe this is like a test to see, it's like, hey, can we actually get like 99 people at once to play
yeah.
some matches?
Smash
Do
99.
they actually care?
Yeah,
And I think them having the different skins, the different cups, the different little achievement things you can do, I think that's gonna help this game because I think it's gonna need it more than the other 99 games we had in the past.
plus, I think it tells you just because you're playing 99 doesn't mean all 99 are real people. And then somebody in another one of my discords messaged me with a screenshot, and they were like, "Look, you were made my rival," and I was like, "I wasn't even playing," but they
I guess
take
they took
your
up your
friends
ghost
list.
data,
Yeah,
that type of stuff, and that's
yeah,
still kind of cool though.
it's pretty neat.
See,
Yeah. I
because
thought that
because
that's what they were gonna
if
do with.
I
Go ahead.
you know if I actually did play this and I saw your name there, I would push myself more to beat you.
Right, yeah.
So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, because they do a smart thing where they don't tell you everybody's name, but they have the name of some people over their heads, and then like if you see someone you're friends with, like I can't let him beat me, you know.
Exactly.
Um,
That's what I would do if I would play this.
I'm gonna say it right now, this is probably the most fun I've had. The most I've enjoyed playing an F-Zero game was this right here. Um,
Okay. Well, I think that's fair. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to wait long because it's already out.
Yeah.
Um,
You have to have the online though. You have to be part of the service for that. So.
yes, Nintendo Switch Online. You need it not only to play it but to get it because you can't buy this game. It's just free with
No.
an NSL. So who knows how long it'll last? Hopefully as long as Tetris, because Tetris is still going.
That's the only one still going. I'm still mourning the loss of a 99 Pac-Man. It's not gone yet, but it's almost gone. I may be a little salty that this is existing.
It's close enough, yeah. This is this is only made because of Pac-Man 99.
In my head, that's what I'm saying, even though it has probably nothing to do with it.
Yeah. And you play it with the SNES controller.
You can, because they did promote that again. It's like, hey, we sell those.
Go ahead and get it. Let's see. Then the next two videos were two like League of Legends videos.
Yeah, League of Legends games. Because like a couple years ago, they announced they were doing a whole bunch of different games with their characters, and they're all like different types of gameplay, types of stuff. I don't think any of them really took off though, because it seems like the League of Legends people just want to play just League of Legends. Like they like their characters, but like in that game only. Because like I guess each character does like different things for you know the game. They do different lane stuff or whatever. Because it's like a MOBA thing, right? So
Right. Yeah. But I mean, we do have this new game where it's like, it looks like a real fishing, hunting, farming type game. Because let's be honest, we don't have enough of those.
And we can't have a director without at least one.
That's true.
Sometimes we have 5.
Eastward was like, we got you. So they had that. There was 2 games from there. What was the other one? Was like Song of Nunu. Which I guess are characters. These are all like characters from the game, League of Legends, and then now they get their own games. Let's see what after those 2. Then they showed WarioWare Move It.
Move It. Pretty big blow to the Light people, Switch Light people.
I know, yeah.
I think this one looks dramatically better than Get It Together.
Yeah. I agree, and I also think I agree with you that I was excited for it, and I think the more I see of it, the less I want it.
Really?
Only because the Joy-Con, like having the Joy-Con out at all times, that could be fun, but then I mean, I know that's what it's always been like with Twist It and Move, everything. You got to like move around and do all this stuff, but then at the same time, it's like part of me is just like, no, thank you.
So you don't want to move it,
I don't want to move it. Yeah.
Move it. Like they showed off like the famous chicken pose in this, That goofy fun,
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a lot of goofy fun, but also looks like, and then they have like the Medusa.
Oh, the 4-player thing.
Yeah, where you can't move, and you gotta like reminded me of that. What was that show where you like the people would die if you lose? Squid Games. Yeah. Yes, thank you. November 3rd. I was wrong. That comes out November 3rd, not November 7th. So those Zelda ones are coming out November 7th. But yeah, so WarioWare Move It, $49.99. You can use a voucher. Next, especially with the. Go ahead.
Oh, it's just I'm also a little slighted against this game too,
Oh
to be
no.
honest.
Oh no.
Because he gets 2 games on Switch and we don't get a Rhythm Heaven, really? How come he gets 2?
Yeah.
And them Nintendo themselves are even messing up with advertising this, because I pointed this out to you earlier this week on the eShop. It's in
Oh
like the
yeah.
feature page. They might have fixed it now since the direct happened, but like before the direct at least, in the feature page they had Move It. It's like, whoa, Move It, buy with the voucher. Here's a date. Here's the price. I'm like, that's all cool and all, but like it said like the wrong name. It didn't say Move It. It said like Get It Together. It even linked you to Get It Together.
Yeah.
So
If
like
you click
even
on.
them themselves are like, hey, this is kind of too close on first glance type of thing. They
Yeah.
kind of forgot about
It
it.
was
Get it together,
so similar. We got picked the wrong one. Because I think it
But
even
it's
is
probably
get it together with an exclamation point, probably.
yeah, yeah, but like the image itself shows Move It, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I am confused. I mean, they're like both the same price, but if you want one or the other, I think they had to switch it by now because the directs happen. Usually, when the directs happen, they upload like
The
everything
store
they
gets
have to in the
updated.
direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then,
Uh,
they do like the feature in the directs, that's happened type of stuff. But this looks more of the active WarioWare type of thing versus the button presses. So Switch Lite users, you're kind of screwed. It seems more like party kind of style instead of just like single player. I mean, you can play the other one, multiple people, but like if you really like want to like improve your scores with this, you might. It's gonna take more effort because you actually have to do more things,
right.
type of stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, that comes out November 3rd. WarioWare. Move it, baby. Euden Chronicles 100 Heroes. Uh, I love the Suikoden games, so seeing this, like, I was like, oh man, I cannot wait for this. I mean, I'm gonna have to wait because it's recently got pushed back to 2024, but
I mean, even those remakes did, but
yeah,
this
the
has a
remakes
date.
and the what?
This actually has a date. The remakes don't have a date.
Yeah,
Like
no,
we gotta push it back.
yeah,
I
this
wonder how
this
that's
is
gonna
I think
happen.
this one is where they gave it a date. They
Yeah.
a few was it a month ago maybe they put out a Kickstarter update and they were like we're going to need some more time to polish it. I thought that meant it was going to be like summer or September of next year, but no, it's got a date. It's coming out 2024. What was the date? Let me see here. But yeah, the what about you? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm actually not a big Sudoku fan. I tried a couple of them. I thought they were fine.
Oh,
But
no.
this is one of those things where it's like, if I can find time, I'll try it, type of things. I'm not dying for it. I
It'll,
have some other JRPGs I want to play before this, so
it's probably going to be at least 40, you know?
I think that's appropriate for this, honestly, because Sudoku games, they give you a lot of characters to play with, and this doesn't seem like any exception, even though it's made by a smaller team. But you still have a lot of people who actually worked on the past games on this, so
Yeah,
that should give you some confidence if you are a Sudoku fan. So
indeed. That comes out April 23rd. Then after that, they had the Eastward Octopia, right? Is that what it was?
yeah, that's what
Which,
it was.
meh, you're like, I think we were both really excited for Eastward before it came out. I still really like the color palette of Eastward and the way it looks.
Yeah,
Um,
because this looks it looks like a very nice GBA game. It's
yeah,
very smooth. It has that color palette. It has the feel and the vibe, the graphic style of that. But
and it's
I
got
played this
farming.
earlier this year. Actually, I played it. I played Eastward earlier this year,
Yeah,
and I didn't love it. It was fine. You know, when you beat it, the game at the end, there's like some little kind of sequel bait kind of stuff. So I thought maybe this was gonna be like the sequel bait kind of thing, but it's like farming stuff, and I was like, man, I really don't want to play this now because I am anti-farming. So
yeah.
like,
Not only is it farming, but they were like, listen, it's DLC, but don't worry, if you don't have the game, we're gonna just go ahead and put it out there. You don't have to. worry about that, because we're gonna have the game, and um, you can buy the game without getting the DLC, and you can just get the game itself.
That type of stuff. So I wasn't too impressed by it, but like, hey, if you're looking for more Eastward content, it's there.
Yeah. And then after Eastward, they had Wargroove 2.
Yeah.
Um,
I totally forgot this was actually coming out soon. They did announce this year, and there was like a new mouse rat class in this
yeah.
game. It looks like more the same, just two.
Yeah.
Play
More of
online,
it.
offline. Uh, a lot of maps. You can make maps. This is not as interesting to me now since I actually got Advance Wars, that type of thing. But
This
if
is,
if you're just like a fan of the first Wargroove, I don't see why you wouldn't like this one unless you're just sick of it, or if like you already went through like the Advance Wars games. This is like a good parallel kind of thing. I wouldn't say substitute, to be honest, because I still like the Advance Wars games more, even if there is like some less content compared to that, compared to two of them. But
right.
you know, that type of stuff. So it's good. Console exclusive for a little bit, I think. So
Yeah, console launch exclusive. This game and the next game, which Wargroove 2, I played the demo at um one of the
Steam
Steam
Fest.
Next Fest, yeah. And yeah, it was more like you said, more Wargroove. Uh and yeah, if that's what you're into, go ahead and grab it. But the next game um coming out October 26th
Yeah,
is
pretty soon.
Dave the Diver.
And this is one of the ones I called. We didn't do a prediction show because we kind of forgot, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we had a little talk ourselves, and this is the indie game I picked that might have showed up, and I was right. I got it. Game to dive it,
Yeah,
which is
because what was the one I said? Oh, it'll be Pizza Tower. And you're
yeah,
like,
he's a Pizza
I
Tower.
think it'll be Dave the Diver.
I was like, Dave, it's gonna be Dave. Has to be Dave. And it was Dave. And this one actually came with a demo that launched same day of
Yeah.
Direct. It's kind of like half diving, killing, collecting fish things, and then like the other half is like business restaurant management thing. So
Yeah.
you do
There's
that like every day, type of thing.
it's almost got like you might not like this but it's
There's
got like a moonlighter where you got like one kind of combat, like you go down and do all that. It's like basically going down into a dungeon, which when you go under the water, and then
Okay.
you go up and then you sell your fish that you catch. It's kind of like in the shop that you have at in
I think I like
Moonlighter.
the restaurant more than the shop because for the shop you
Yeah.
actually had to place your items and you actually had people buy them and sometimes you had to bargain with them. For the restaurant, it's like some other guy he's cooking the fish. You deliver the fish. You're pouring tea. You take in orders. I think I like that more than the shop because I'm gonna be honest, the shop pissed me off sometimes because I would just have like little ladies like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to pay $3 more." And I was like, I need you to pay $3 more because I need to buy like other stuff. It's like you're not helping me, lady. You're just
Yeah.
and then
We're
she'll just walk out and not buy anything.
right.
It's
Yeah.
too high. Blah, 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 blah.
Because you run the sushi bar, right? And then
Yeah, you're helping that.
in that sushi bar, let's say you oh, okay. I need to make some more money. So, in order to make more money, what you do is you catch like 30 or 40 of that same fish, and then you can upgrade. And basically, they learn your chef learns new recipes with them, uses them to learn more new recipes, and then the fish are enhanced and they taste better because he's so used to working with that kind of fish. And then they have like incredible looking pixel art cutscenes when they do that, and then you use that to catch the fish and upgrade them, and then you make more money with every one that you sell. And then the more money you get, you are upgrading the bar, and what ends up happening eventually, you can get other waiters and waitresses, and then more cooks, so that he's not the only one back there cooking, and then you're running dishes back, but so are your the waiters and waitresses. They're helping you, and then you can upgrade them, and then they'll be, because you're the only one that can pour drinks initially, the tea and stuff, and then eventually you'll be able to pay and upgrade the waiters, and then they can do the dishes to the pour the cups too. And so then, yeah, it's like you're constantly upgrading, and it's like you it helps because you're moving from one style of gameplay to another, and it's just yeah. This, I put like 20, 30 hours into it, and then I fell asleep last night while I was playing it on the Switch Lite, because I was like, I'm going to play it again. And yeah.
Because I was semi interested in this when I first saw it, but I think after playing the demo, I really absolutely like it. Because
Heck
like when
yeah.
you go under down into the water, you know, you have to like manage your oxygen level. You have to
Yeah.
collect fish. You have to collect items. They give you different items. I mean, different weapons to use too. You have like the harpoon, which you have to aim and shoot. You have like the little knife. You can find like a bat. I like stuff like that because it gives you a little variety of stuff, and then like you can dive down twice a day, and obviously like different times of the day you're gonna be able to find like different types of fish. I found like this, not like a whale, but like it was like a smaller version of like a
Oh, yeah.
whale, where I was just exploring. I mean, I didn't do well that day because it was obviously like exploring and not collecting enough stuff I needed. It's like you get these little missions like on the cell phone, and it's like, hey, I need like two starfish,
Oh,
for
okay.
like
Yeah.
blah blah blah, that type of stuff. So even while you're exploring, you do have like little objectives to meet. You have to worry about the shop, the restaurant shop. I like how it looks. I like the little HD rumble that when it happens. I like when it happens, how it feels. It's not too overbearing. That type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think this is actually has the really good potential for me to pick up sooner rather than later. You know, so uh, you know,
Dave the Diver. Yeah. If you're not sure about it, check out the demo. Um, then,
it's pretty decent demo. It's like
yeah.
what 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Just playing.
Then we got the booster course final wave.
Mm.
They announced
It's gonna be over after this. That's it.
this is it. That's all she wrote until Mario Deluxe Ultimate Edition. We got
Um,
Daisy Circuit from the Wii. Um, we got Diddy Kong. We got Funky Kong. And then I
fun.
was like, everyone was like, "Oh, that's it, I guess." And then it's like, "Nope. Actually, I know there's only two splats left, but we're going to give you Pauline, and because nobody asked for it, here's Peachette as well." Uh,
Man, I was so disappointed because I wanted Pauline and Nabbit. So when I saw the Kongs, I was like, man, I lost. And then they gave me Pauline. I was like, wait a minute, am I gonna get my Nabbit? It's like, no, Nabbit, because Nabbit's shown off in Wonder now. So I was like, maybe they want to do like a crossover promotion for
yeah,
Wonder, you know. But I guess you can't beat Funky Kong. Everybody likes Funky Kong from the movie, so
yeah.
now it's Coconut Mall. You're just gonna see a bunch of Funky Kongs now
A
in the
bunch of Funky
celebration. That's it.
Kongs. Sadly, we won't be seeing any Rob the Robots. I was holding
Oh,
out hope.
you were the Rob guy. You
Yeah,
okay?
I was the one Rob guy in the IGM message boards back in the day.
Oh, okay. Back in the day, because I saw a couple now after the drag. It's like, man, they didn't give me Grub, and I was like, really? You're holding out for Rob of
I
all
didn't
people?
expect them to give us Rob, but I would have liked them. If they would have given me Rob, that would have been my go-to. Aside from every once in a while when I just play as my me wearing the Pac-Man outfit, and everyone's like, "How do you get that?"
Everybody clapping.
Help. Yeah. So the booster course, it'll be out later this year, eventually. Then Among Us, a new level in Among Us. I thought when that first the trailer started, I thought they were gonna like crash land somewhere and then have to start a farm. I thought it was gonna be like a
Oh my god.
farming game where
No, don't
where
even.
instead of instead of like falling in love with people, you had to watch out for people as they try to betray you and ruin your crops. I thought that's what the game was going to be.
Instead of like finding a dead body, you just find like a dead
Yeah.
field of corn. Who
Uh,
killed my corn? And that's
who?
like the
Yeah. Who
mission
pissed on
leading
my
thing.
cabbage? Yeah. Just. But we didn't get that. And then they kind of had like a sort of like one of those montages where they just kind of showed all the games that they showed today, plus they also threw in a little Pikmin 1 and 2 plus Mario Wonder. That was basically all they showed of Mario Wonder was just that one little snippet. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, um, then they closed it up. They were like one more thing, and I was like, Mel, what could this be? I said
Yeah.
Mel, but you weren't there because we watched it on our own. But
Yeah, this time we did. Sometimes, usually we try to watch
yeah,
it.
but I was like, oh man, what could it be? I was like, is this gonna be I was like, Metroid Prime 2, it's out now. And then I saw the book and I was like, nope, never mind, it's Thousand Year Door. And
I saw the book with the star in it, and I was like, another Mario game. Oh man. And then, like, I didn't even put it together. It was the Thousand Year Door book, and I feel really bad about that.
oh,
Out of all the Paper Mario ones, that's my favorite. And once they showed Luigi talking, I was like, oh man, it's this one. I may actually have to buy it. Because again, I'm a big fan of buying new games because I want to support new games rather than keep buying the same ones over and over again. But this one is my favorite, so
mm.
it's a little harder for
And it
me.
looks
I
really
can't.
good.
This looks exactly how I remember the game looking like.
Yeah, and that's a good sign of
That's a good sign.
a remake. Um, but I am looking for the idea. Hopefully, this will be like, okay, you know what? The next Paper Mario, like they could even just bring back all the side characters from Thousand Year Door and have those characters, but just give your companions some character. Let them look different. We're okay
See,
with it.
this is another reason why I kind of want to get it because it's like maybe if enough people buy this one, like more than the newer Paper Mario's, it would really
Yeah,
show them. It's like, hey, we actually want this. Because yeah, we've been talking about it online and stuff. But like they could see that as another like F-Zero thing. It's like, okay, you talk about it, but you didn't actually show up.
right.
I feel like this is maybe could be a test. Because
But
I do miss the companions. I do miss them in the battles. I do miss their personalities. Their
yeah,
little side stories. They were really more in depth in the first two games versus like the ones we got now. If they were actually like a storyline in the ones we got now, it would just be like one of them and not like all of them.
right, exactly. It is kind of a bummer too that this is it says 2024. So it's coming in 2024. They haven't even, I mean, Luigi's Mansion, they at least said summer. Like, we don't know when in 2024 this comes out. So if it comes out like, um, they were out here releasing like, weren't they releasing like 3DS games like the same day as, I think like Ever Oasis came out like a week before Splatoon 2
No,
or something like that.
no. I think Ever Oasis was on the same day as Arms. I
That's
remember
right.
like
Yeah.
two games being on Arms.
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you doing? I can't do like all of them. I want to do all of them, but like that's just not affordable to me. Like I gotta pick
Pick
new
and
system
choose.
because I
Yeah.
I want to support the new system. I want to support this new IP. It was even worse for Arms because like Ever Oasis was new too. So it's just like I
Yeah.
gotta pick
Two
and
new
choose.
IPs.
I
Um,
hate doing that.
but yeah. So I'm worried that this is gonna happen. I'm still planning on getting it day one. Um, we got a lot to figure out. Like,
Yeah.
are all the Switch launch titles, first party Switch launch titles, going to use vouchers? Then that'll help me determine, how
I
I'll be getting this if it's going to be using a voucher.
Yeah, because I'm going with no. I'm honestly going with no. Because when they first gave us the vouchers, it was like 2 years after. Because I think they want to have enough games to choose. And if we do get a price increase for the games next time,
Yeah.
um, I don't know if they want to do like, hey, 100, and you pick two $70 games. I mean, oh, that's way too big of a saving for you, buddy. You gotta slowly roll, that type of thing. So,
Yeah.
I'm concerned about that kind of stuff. And this Thousand Year Door, this could still come out before the new system, or it can come out like while the new system's happening. So it's like, I don't know. 'Cause if you really look at the first, like, what, 3 or 4 months of next
Yeah.
year, we have a game. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, are they going to announce the new system that early, or are we getting a later announcement? Because I always originally thought it's going to be holiday 2024. I always thought that. I know I see some people as like, hey, they were really pushing out these other titles early on in the year. Like, hey, maybe we'll get it like earlier. Maybe we'll get like, spring or like summer. But I don't know, because it just honestly depends on when they announce it. Because right now, this could be our last Switch only direct. We don't know. It could be the second to last one.
Right.
Because usually we have one in February.
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna announce it at the end of January? Are they gonna announce it in February? Is it gonna be like a March thing?
We could still get
Or
the Indie World in December, right? November,
Yeah.
December.
Yeah, but like that's not like a major like Switch only.
That's
thing.
where they'll have Hollow Knight, of course.
Silk Song, yeah, okay. I'm sure they're not like trying to switch off of Unity right now,
Yeah, they're just working on that. But yeah, what? So I saw some people complaining about this Thousand Year Door being 30 frames a second.
Oh, okay.
So my question is, if it's $60 on the Switch, 70 for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door at 60 frames a second, would you pay the $10 more to get it on the new system?
I would not do that. I am that cheap. I would not do that.
You would be so pissed. Yeah, you'd be
I'm telling
pissed
you
about it.
I'd be pissed about it if I wouldn't do it. If it was more action based, like like a Bayonetta, Devil May Cry kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
If it was like a racing game,
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, I'll pay the $10 actually. But like
a turn-based RPG.
No, I'm not doing it. I know there's the button presses, but I would learn in time with that game.
Right.
I know it's gonna be off, quote unquote off, but I'll learn the off section. I'll be on eventually, so I'm not gonna do 10 extra for this. No way. It has to be way more.
No way, no how.
Focus. No way.
But yeah, so that was the Nintendo Direct.
Not the finale I thought they would give us, because they still showed us Super Mario RPG that still has to come out.
Yeah,
so that's another weird thing about it, because usually they try to space it out a little bit more. So are they trying to push it off, or did they really not have a finale type of thing?
Because they were like, this is the winter, and then they showed this, and it's just a vague 2024. You could have announced it, you could have waited till February after Mario RPG. Like you said, it's been out for a few months.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I know some people wanted to see Metroid Prime 4, but honestly, I think that's going to be a cross-skin game, so they're not going to want to show it until
they're going to show it off on the new system, not even mention that it's on the Switch, and then in the press release, it'll be like, and it's coming on the Switch. Yeah,
we're going to dig for it. That type of thing.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to quite a bit, as you've heard us talk about them. Except for Battle Crush. Sorry, Battle Crush. I'm looking forward to these games. And then, Mel, anything else you want to talk about with this Direct before we get going? We had a couple of Japanese-only games. They were shown off at the Japanese Direct.
Oh, yeah, they showed off the new Onion Games game, I think.
Yeah.
Like the Moon kind of style
The Moon developer, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they showed off and announced Second Story, Star Ocean Second Story R. They talked about the demo for that, and Dragon Quest Monsters, the Dark Prince demo as well.
Yeah, we didn't get Dragon Quest here, I think, this time. I don't think it was in the montage thing. Maybe.
It was not in that montage either.
Because I know we played the demo a little bit shortly before we got on here. I don't know if you want to do that today, because I think we kind of did a lot today.
Yeah, we went on for about a lot of the games. But yeah, next week we'll talk about we'll get more time in with those demos. Um,
And what else we played, you know?
yeah, Dragon
Because we're gonna have
Quest.
probably gonna have a slow news week since we just had the dump
Yeah,
with this. Yeah.
Star Ocean. Then you got back into Advance Wars. I re-downloaded Advance Wars. Haven't started it back up, but yes, we're getting there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's been the Nintendo Direct. Mel, thanks for talking about it with me. And
Yeah,
this
thanks
has
as
been
always. Yeah.
episode 2 of Nintendo Today. And we'll talk at you next week. Thanks for listening. Toodaloo.